Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright but cloudy day. It is Sunday, April 2nd, and I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And a parcel to unbox. So let's get this one open. The tag always comes off. And again, so let's just run my finger through. There we go. And got a couple of books in here. Where are we going? Basically this. And what I've got is a copy of Dead Lions by Mick Herron. This is part of the Slough House series of espionage novels set primarily in the UK, about washed up and rejected spies with nowhere else to go. Now, as you can see, it's been adapted for a television series with a good cast, and it's on Apple TV and so on. But I've read these books before. I've read most of them, and my partner is now ploughing through them as and when she can find them, which means she can't find them, i.e. I don't know where my copies are. So this is a gift for her for Easter, so doubtless as this video goes out, she will be ploughing her way through this one. So in the intelligence service purgatory that is Slough House, where disgraced spies mockingly called the slow horses are sent to finish what is left of their careers, their boss Jackson Lamb is on his way to Oxford. A former spook has turned up dead on a bus. Not an obvious target for assassination, Dickie Bow was a talented streetwalker back in the day, good at following people, bringing home their secrets. Dickie was in Berlin with Jackson Lamb. Now Lamb's got his phone. On it, the last secret Dickie ever told, and the reason to believe an old-time Moscow-style op is being run in the intelligence service's backyard. Once a spook, always a spook, and Dickie was one of their own. To unearth Dickie's dying secret, Jackson Lamb and his crew of no-hopers is about to go live. So, essentially, and in most cases, a lot of these stories are ones of counterintelligence. Inept, let's say basically inept, washed up spies, disgraced spies, go out and solve these problems despite the fact that they're not supposed to. They go out because nobody else is sorting these problems out. It doesn't matter. The service is not interested in the issue, and certainly doesn't want them in the field because there are reasons. Essentially, whilst they might be an alcoholic, or they might have committed fraud, or they've made wrong judgment calls, they just don't want them in the field. And if you have watched, it's got a great cast. The main character is called River, ridiculously, and that's part of the joke. He is actually quite competent if he's allowed to be, but he's got to put up with this chap, Jackson Lamb, in the series played by Gary Oldman, who is a slob, rude, obnoxious, really deprecating when it comes to the people under him, and he's sort of like takes them in charge because he has to, and essentially he says, well, these are mine, and then they're my screw ups. Doesn't use that kind of language. He uses stronger language than that. So I've got to look after them despite what they do, and most times he'll chew them out at the same time as protecting them from the service. So this one, really dives into sort of like the kind of old school, old style Moscow rules, sort of espionage operations that you would see run in the pages of a John le Carre movie or novel. And this is essentially, imagine if you've read John le Carre, you've got all those spies who are competent, capable, etc. The Slough House series essentially is what happens to the people who are not, even though in some ways they are actually just about capable of conducting spy or espionage missions and getting them done. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend this series. It's really engaging. It's entertaining. I mean, they're not by no means are these fast-paced thrills or anything like that, but they clip along at an interesting pace, and it's got they've all got a really grubby, seedy feel to them because Jackson Lamb himself is grubby, seedy, and a grotty person. You know, the other spies, some of them are, you know, are not pleasant, but most of them are sort of like, you know, they'd like to be better than they are, and they're sort of like, once you get to know them, they're not, you know, they're more sort of like, they're not necessarily heroes, but they're sort of like ordinary people who ambitions sort of like exceeded their capabilities, or you know, or their actions have let their ambitions down. If you see what I mean. Anyway, so that's Dead Lions by Mick Herron. Worth dragging down, really entertaining, and I'm sure my partner will enjoy reading this next one. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me with a package containing a book or game, usually in this case it's a novel, which, as I say, I will unbox and check out to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so. Not 10 minutes this time. All, of course, accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.